This episode of Spectre Sound Studios is brought to you by the Metal Amino app. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 35 of SMG Viewers Comments. Let's get right to the questions.
Can you elaborate on why you soffit-mounted your near fields and what benefits you see from doing so?
So glad you asked it. I've been shooting these videos for I don't know how long. Somebody finally asked about the soffit-mounted monitors. They're part of a much bigger solution called a reflection-free zone control room. It's based around a design by an Australian acoustician named John Sayers, who's just a really cool dude. He runs a recording studio design forum. You should check it out if you're into building a home studio. There's so much great information in that forum. Anyway, just to make it really quick here, we put the monitors and soffits to create what's called an infinite baffle. And that basically keeps the low-end frequencies going in one direction, and that's towards the listener. When you put your monitors up on stands, you get bass coming out of the back of the speakers, and it can reflect off your front wall back at the listening position, and that can cause phase issues in the bottom end and create peaks and dips and give you a very inaccurate picture of what's going on at the bottom end. So a lot of you guys who, mix in your bedrooms and whatnot, and then take your mixes out in the real world, go check them out on a car stereo or whatnot, and you wonder why the bass is always wrong. That's probably why. So there's a lot more going on. We've got giant corner traps, like acoustic hanger traps that are like hidden behind cloth walls in the back corners that you guys never see in the videos. We've got Helmholtz resonators all over the place, including the one in the center there. And so it's all part of a much greater solution to give me a very clear picture of what's going on in the mix position. It's a wonderful room to work in. I've been here since 2003 and done a lot of projects in here, and just really thrilled with what I get coming out of here.
Hi Glenn, do you ever use copy and paste in the studio? For example, copying the vocals from one chorus section to the next. Thanks in advance.
Copying and pasting, of course, is not making fucking music. That's just an easy way out. I want to hear a band perform. I don't want to, bore the listener with my copying and pasting skills. That sucks. That's a shit way to make records. And if I ever run into the occasion where a singer's like, well, you already got a great chorus, why don't you just copy paste it? Because I thought you were a good musician. Let's see what you're fucking made of. Sing the fucking chorus again.
Wore my Rule Number 2 shirt to Buffalo Wild Wings. Everybody looked at me like I just killed Christ. Wore my Rule Number 2 shirt to Guitar Center. I became popular for 10 minutes.
Yes, the venerable Rule Number 2 shirt. They're fucking awesome, aren't they? Guaranteed to elicit a response from people no matter where you go. As for the Buffalo Wild Wings crowd, I'm sure you offended a few people, but you know what? I think they'll live.
How do you feel about recording high-quality vintage instruments such as late 50s, early 60s Les Pauls and 60s Stratocaster in general?
That's a great question. I worked on an album back in 2009 with a band called Betrayer, and we brought in a 66 Gibson SG. Great tone, but it really did have some tuning issues. In fact, we quad-tracked the entire album, and it kind of sounded like it was a bit of a chorus thing going on. And then we put it up against a Schecter Hellraiser with some Grover locking rotomatics on it. And we wound up throwing out the Gibson tracks and retracking the entire record. That was one of those rare performances, actually, where the guitar player was just dialed in. I think we did an entire album's worth of rhythm tracks in about 4 hours. It was just like, one take shots all the way through the record. It was just one of those wonderful nights that the studio actually becomes kind of a fun place to work, just watching a great musician do his thing. So that's my experience. They're great sounding instruments, but please proceed with caution, especially if you need stable tuning, because they might not be quite as good as a modern instrument when it comes to that sort of thing.
You are so fucking right, Glenn. Just threw this piece of shit in the trash after watching your review.
Dude, you know what? Don't throw it out. Donate it to kids in third world countries or something like that. First world problems. Yeah, I rant about a Line 6 pod, but, I'm sure there's kids all over the world who'd be happy to get their hands on something like that. Just something to play with, at least. If you must get rid of one, please mail one to me, because I've got a really cool idea for a video. The Pod HD was borrowed, and unfortunately it wasn't mine to do with as I wished. But if you do have a pod you would like to donate to the show, please contact me via the Spectre Media Facebook page, and I'll send you my mailing address, and we're going to do a really funny episode on it. Hey guys, I'm going to take a couple seconds here just to talk about our sponsor, Metal Amino. I know a lot of you guys have signed up for the app, and it's cool seeing you in there. Let's run the clip. So Metal Amino is a social networking app that you can find for free at the App Store or Google Play. You'll find blogs, videos, news feeds, polls, and chat rooms, and all of them are heavy metal themed. Very cool. I was turned on to it earlier this week by a few of the fans of the channel. As it turns out, Brent Duncan, who's a big fan of the channel, started up a Glenn Fricker chat room, and I'm like, what, really? So I checked it out, and yeah, it's discussions about cool metal records and various recording techniques. So just to make things interesting, if you download the app and follow me, you'll automatically be entered to win a Spectre Media t-shirt and sticker pack, and that includes a genuine Lamb of God guitar pick. So check out the Metal Amino app at the App Store or Google Play, and I hope to see you on there.
Wow, your laminate is fucked, man.
Yes, of course you are referring to the flooring in my studio. About that, we built this room back in 2003, and I deliberately put the cheap laminate flooring in because this is my second studio, and I learned a valuable lesson with my first studio, and that is musicians are fucking pigs. Yes, indeed they are. They will leave their garbage all over the floor. They will leave their beer cans all over the floor. They will spill their beer. They will puke all over the place. They will even piss on your floor. Yes, they will do that. You guys who want to go into recording for a living, yes, look forward to that. That's one thing they don't ever tell you about in recording school. Cleaning up the piss and puke. That's all kinds of fun. That is why I never put a good floor in here. That's why I didn't drop thousands on a beautiful hardwood floor for my control room, because I knew the musicians would fucking wreck it. And yes, indeed they have. And you know what? It was a couple $100 to put the floor in, so what if it separates? The only people sitting back here are the people who are trying to fuck it up anyway, so quite frankly, I don't give a shit about that.
Sometimes people don't want to pay me my rates, Volume 8. I use a silly voice to read emails from people who should appreciate me more, Volume 8.
Yeah, you know what? That happens to be my most popular series, so if you don't like it, get fucked, buddy.
Glenn, watch Boku no Pico. It's like High School of the Dead, but 10 million times more better. It's a great anime. I love it, and I bought a lot of merchandise of it.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, everybody just stop right now. Okay, do not believe that fucking bullshit. If anybody tells you to watch Boku no Pico, run. Seriously, I mean, that will leave you scarred for life. If you're into that sort of thing, seriously, dude, get help soon.
Hey, Glenn, should I get an expensive amp or cab?
Great question, dude. Get an expensive cabinet. You can run a cheap amp through an expensive cab. It's still going to sound great. Check out my PV Windsor demo for proof of that. For as much shit as I give Mesa for the cab clone, I will say this. Their rectifier oversized cabinet is magnificent. This is the first thing I mic up when I'm recording guitar. It's just a magnificent piece of gear. It's never let me down. It's just top notch and worth every penny I paid for it. I can't say enough good things about it. I've got an angle cab, which is very high quality as well. Great stuff. You really can't go wrong with a good cabinet because it's probably lasts you your entire life, as long as you don't blow the fucking speakers. So yes, definitely great cabinet before a great amp. That's at least how I do it. All right, that's it for this episode. Please keep those comments and questions coming. I'll see you guys next time.